Dave, can you give us some more details as to the nature of those measures being imposed on Myanmar's officials?
Yeah, these are 11 people who are specifically involved with the junta's coup, and specifically it's targeting the decision not to allow the parliament to meet. Now, of course, the criticism with these types of individual sanctions is that they haven't proven very effective in the past and that you really need to go after companies. I've been told by EU officials that they are indeed preparing sanctions against Burmese companies with ties to the military regime, and that we may see those in the coming weeks. Those would specifically target probably the Myanmar Economic Holdings Limited company and also Myanmar Economic Corporation. So those sanctions may have a bigger influence than these sanctions adopted right now. Of course, the EU has also had an arms embargo against Myanmar since 2018. That will continue. So it looks like these sanctions will only escalate. This keeps being described to me as a first step, and there are more to come. Of course, the US is also adopting sanctions, and the UN's rapporteur on this issue has called for countries around the world to adopt coordinated sanctions against that military regime.
And China also being targeted by sanctions, Dave.
Yeah, we've really got a smorgasbord of sanctions here coming out today. We're going to have a press conference around 4:30, so we'll get more details on this then. But it looks like the EU is using these new so-called Magnitsky Act powers that were adopted in December that target sanctions specifically on human rights violations. This is significant. I'm not expecting a specific adoption of those sanctions of the officials in China. It may come, but I think this is actually the start of the process on China. And that's a big deal, actually, because the EU has been very, very reticent to start these types of human rights sanctions against China. It is an enormously sensitive topic and, of course, has larger implications for how China might respond to this news. There's also going to be talking today about ties with Turkey. There were some developments on Friday, some positive, some not so positive, about the EU's very troubled relationship with its next-door neighbor. And this all comes for a big foreign policy week for the EU. Secretary of State in the U.S., Anthony Blinken, will be coming here to Brussels we'll be talking to EU leaders tomorrow, and also there will be a summit of NATO dignitaries happening tomorrow and Wednesday. So it's a big foreign policy week here in Brussels, and we are expecting a lot of decisions.
Dave Keating, thank you for that.